think kids are annoying. I mean, of course, they're also awesome. Like that's I don't know why everybody is afraid of just saying the obvious. Kids are absolutely wonderful, and yes, they're annoying as all hell sometimes. Like just for sure, they're all the things. Kids are all the things. They can be super annoying and irritating and obnoxious, and also they're just the best. They're just the best. Like sometimes my son is driving me absolutely crazy, and sometimes he's just a delight. Like today, he was just a delight. He was so much fun today. He was such a good boy. And my oldest daughter too. Like she's a genius, and she also today. Okay, today I have a lot of kid stories today. Today, my son, we were talking. He had earned some money because I told you this a while back. He and my daughter started a business where they sell reused golf balls, right? Because we live near a golf course, and so they find all the used golf balls and they resell them. And then they also sell scooter labels because a lot of people are on Shabbat around here ride scooters, so we get scooter labels. They sell them for like $5 a pop. So they made themselves like a nice little chunk of change. And so my son was like, "What should I do with the money?" I said, jokingly, "You should buy stock." And my son was like, "What stock?" For an hour, I explained to him what stock was. And he really gets it. Like, so he and my daughter have been arguing literally all afternoon over whether they ought to buy Tesla stock, whether they ought to buy Lockheed Martin stock because my son is big into F-35s, or whether they ought to buy Apple stock because, obviously daddy has an iPhone. And so we were going through the metrics. I was like trying to explain to them price earnings valuations. And to be fair, I was making the argument that the least risky of those stocks is Lockheed Martin. The highest upside of those stocks presumably is Tesla, and Apple is sort of somewhere in the middle. So, I was like, and then my son's like, "Are there alternatives to stocks?" I was like, "Well, I mean, theoretically, you could buy a corporate bond." He's like, "What is that?" And so I was explaining to him corporate bonds, and my daughter was like, "Well, when you buy a stock, do they ever pay you?" I was like, "Well, yeah, there are these things called dividends." So like we got pretty far into it, and it's fun. I mean, they're like 10 and 7, so that's that's good stuff. Okay, folks, I think that's the end of this. I gotta go.